How's it going everyone, and welcome back to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. And in today's video, due to popular request, I'm going to be listing off the best heroes for each Galactic Assault map. Now this is something I did on the channel nearly a year ago and it was met with a really great response, but nearly a year down the track it's definitely worth doing again as so much has changed with Battlefront 2 since then. It's basically a completely different game now. Plus, we have a brand new Galactic Assault map in Geonosis, which is obviously going to be the real interesting part of the video, so to torture you guys just a little bit, I'll leave that one till last. Now before we dive into it, I just want to thank you guys for 17,000 subscribers. The channel support has been huge lately, and I'm a man on a mission to hit 20k before the end of the year. I know that it's ambitious, but I know we can do it, so if you are new, feel free to subscribe to join the little family we've got going on here. But anyway, back to the video, and I'm going to try and be as brief as I can with this list so the video doesn't go for 20 minutes, but I'll still put in all the important stuff worth knowing. And like last time, I'll list both a hero and a villain so you aren't left hanging when on the opposing faction. Now this video is also my personal opinion and what I have found works best, so bear that in mind before you slaughter me in the comments, but enough talking, let's just get started. And starting off the first map of the list, we have Crait, and the best heroes for Crait are Leia and Bossk. Now I think these two tend to be a pretty obvious choice when it comes to Crait. Both are deadly at short range and long range. Leia obviously has her ridiculous secondary fire which can be spammed particularly in the first phase, and of course it can be spammed in the second as well. She's also extremely useful whipping out that E11 on the last phase and helping your team with additional cover to take out the objectives by laying down her squad shield, so she's massively useful in all phases. And as for Bossk, Bossk is literally built for this map. Whether you're sniping from long distance or laying down dioxis and trip mines and spamming those micro grenades in close quarters, Bossk he was built for this map. I don't like to deal in absolutes, but Bossk in my opinion is hands down the undisputed best villain for Crait, no two ways about it. But now onto Jakku, we have Rey and Darth Maul. Now Jakku is one of the rare maps where I do recommend lightsaber heroes, particularly after the first phase. There is a lot of cover to use to your advantage to get the most out of your lightsaber heroes. Rey is god tier on this map as she can just flank with her inside ability and get behind spawn points and take out massive amounts of unsuspecting players at a time. And Darth Maul is just so fast and effective that it's hard to be killed with him on Jakku as there's just so much cover to use and the map is open without being open, if that makes sense. It's got the obstacles all over the place, yet you've got room to move. It's an excellent map for these two, and if you're a little stuck on what heroes to use for Jakku, Rey and Darth Maul are a damn good start. Now onto Kashyyyk, we have Lando and General Grievous. Now both of these heroes work well on Kashyyyk for different reasons. Lando, particularly on the night variant of Kashyyyk, is at his most effective. The X8 Night Sniper comes into play very well on this map as it can be hard to see droids at times. They seem to just hide into the terrain really well on Kashyyyk, and in my opinion more so than Geonosis, so between his X8 Night Sniper, smoke and sharpshot ability, Lando is a damn good choice. As for Grievous, he works very well on Kashyyyk as his claw rush is really effective and makes him hard to see whilst covering a lot of ground. And closing the distance to your enemy really quickly is important, and again this ability is very good for that. And when it's time to cap the tanks, inside he's a goddamn beast and cuts down everyone in the room. So between Lando and Grievous you can't really go wrong on Kashyyyk. Now moving on to Yavin 4, we have Rey and Iden Versio. So Rey is extremely effective on Yavin due to the inside ability, plain and simple. It allows you to flank the enemy team, sneak up on stragglers, and it's just an easy way to get kills. Rey's an amazing hero at the best of times, but in the second phase on Yavin 4 in particular is when she's truly at her best. As for Iden, her secondary fire on this map is just the best and is really helpful for assisting your team with capturing objectives. If you play Iden as a real team-based kind of hero on Yavin, she is so good to use. Just keep spamming that secondary fire and you'll walk away with a mountain of kills in the process. So, onto the second Death Star now, we have Han Solo and Darth Vader. So, I'm sure Vader came of no surprise to you guys for the second Death Star. It's just his map. Like, the man owns this map. Every single one of his abilities complements the way the map is designed, and honestly, I would have been disappointed if he wasn't a total beast on this map. Narrow hallways make for some tasty saber throw multi-kills, and you can pretty much recreate the Vader hallway scene from Rogue One on this map, and I mean, who doesn't want to do that? Now as for Han, the detonite charge in the narrow hallways of the Death Star, I mean, need I say anymore? His shoulder charge is actually useful on this map too, as the hallways are narrow and it's pretty hard to miss the enemies. And the same goes for the sharpshooter ability, just aim down the hallway and the kills will pile up. These two are an absolute no-brainer for this map. So now onto Hoth, we have Rey and Bossk. Now I never originally had Rey as one of the go-to heroes for Hoth, but there was one game in particular, which is the one you're seeing now, which I found out how good she can be on this map. Particularly in the later phases, I was able to basically lock down an entire side of the map and kill about 4 heroes in the process. And I've got to be honest, it doesn't take much skill to do, she's just perfect for it, and it pretty much gave my team the win. And as for Bossk, he's just a beast on this map. You get the advantage of his sniper rifle in the first phase, and I mean his Dioxis, his mines, his micro grenades, they wreak havoc in the interiors. So it doesn't matter what phase, Bossk is going to make some serious noise on this map, so if Rey or Bossk are ever available on Hoth, I would choose them, no questions asked. Now time for Naboo, we have Han and Bossk. Now Bossk again, he's so perfect for this map. The second phase is where Bossk is just next level god tier. You can single-handedly push the enemies back with the combination of his abilities. It actually really frustrates me when I see people using Bossk and hanging back on this map. If you go in and go hard with Bossk in the second phase, you will change the tide for your team, and as for Han, he is excellent on this map. Much like his benefits of the Death Star, his abilities complement the interior of Naboo very well, and he's useful outside due to his blaster. Both of these heroes are just about a no-brainer for Naboo. So, Takodana now, and I'm not going to spend long talking about this one because nobody really likes this map anyway, and most people just leave when it comes into the rotation. But nevertheless, we have Rey and Darth Maul. Now, Rey's insight is a godsend on this map and allows for those easy flanking surprise kills, and a lightning fast Darth Maul dashing through the trees makes him really hard to hit and a very good option to take enemies out whilst not taking that much damage. You really honestly can't go wrong with these two on Takodana if you do choose to play this map. But now onto Mos Eisley, we have Han Solo and Darth Vader. So both of these two, exactly the same as the second Death Star. They reap the benefits of narrow map design with their abilities. Han's Detonite Charge, the DL-44, Sharpshooter and Shoulder Charge abilities dominate this map. And as for Vader, you don't need a fast hero on this map, so him being slow weighs no bearing factor. You can sit in the narrow alleyways of the map and just create carnage, or you can sit on the rooftops and take people out from the high ground, but short and sweet, these two are just definitely the two best options. So now, time for Endor, and much like Kashyyyk, we have Lando and Bossk. Now, Bossk in particular absolutely wrecks on this map, particularly on the last phase. I raked up like 20 kills in a few minutes on the last phase with Bossk. The abilities he has and the kind of objective the last phase is, he's just perfect for it, and not to mention the micro grenade spam with heat vision in the jungle is just god tier. And Lando has just got to be the best option here for the light side, no doubt about it. The sharp shot ability lets you get kills on people that you probably didn't even know were there. And the smoke and X8 night sniper combo is in full effect on this map. Both of these heroes have just got to be the two best for Endor. I honestly, I didn't even have to think when I was putting this one together. Now moving on to Kamino, we have Yoda and Darth Maul. Now, Yoda in particular shines on this map. Whether you're playing the team-based support role in the earlier phases or using his Unleash ability to progress through the long, narrow hallways in the last phase, Yoda is an absolute OG on this map. And Maul is he's just Darth Maul, man. He's so good whether you're outside or inside because he's fast, you can blitz through the long hallways in the last phase, and you can send enemies over the platforms in the second. He's what your team needs for Kamino. Don't sleep on either of these two when you're in the hero selection screen. Both are very good options for each faction. And onto Starkiller base now, we have Rey and Bossk. Now, these two work so well on this map for a variety of reasons. Rey is very good for picking off stragglers and dominating the interior of the map in the final phase, and you can get yourself some really good multi-kills on the staircase in the second. And Rey's inside ability here, it's so good. It helps to see where everyone is, and it's so damn useful for both you and your team. And Bossk can single-handedly end the game in the second phase if you use him right. You can completely dominate that capture point by laying down your mines and Dioxis and finishing the stragglers off with your micro grenades. He literally is the perfect hero for this section of the map. And like I said, you can easily single-handedly end the match in the second phase with Bossk. But now, finally, onto Geonosis, no more teasing now, and we have Yoda and Bossk. Now this one I really went back and forth a few times with. There were times I had Leia and Grievous, or Obi-Wan and Grievous, or Obi-Wan and Bossk, but I finally settled for Yoda and Bossk. For a few reasons. So Yoda is very popular on this map, and it's understandable as to why. His size. He's so goddamn small, and he's very hard to hit. As long as you do deactivate his lightsaber, it's going to be hard for you to take much damage from who knows what direction, which is something all heroes take on this map. And as for Bossk, you can sit back and snipe, or you can get amongst it up close. And on this map you're required to do both, because it's an all over the place map. You never know what you're in store for. And for that reason I went with Bossk over General Grievous, as Bossk has that long distance factor. But nevertheless, Yoda and Bossk in my opinion are the best two heroes for Geonosis, but this one seems to be ever changing as players get more used to the map, so keep that in mind. So guys, those were the best heroes for every Galactic Assault map. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. This is always a really hard list to put together, and it of course heavily weighs on personal preference. But I've just tried to help those out who are a little bit stuck on who to choose on certain maps, and yeah, I hope you all have a little bit of a better idea now. But if you guys did enjoy this video, then if you could drop a like, that would be greatly appreciated. And as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. But yeah, that pretty much does it for me today, so thank you all for watching. And as always, I'll see you all again real soon.